Hey, what is up everybody? Killrian here, bringing you another video. This time, it's going to be how to optimally start in Blade and Soul. US, of course. I was lucky enough to get into the technical alpha, and so what I did was, I've kind of looked around, I checked out the NC store, I checked out like how we're going to be getting, if we're still getting the same weapon to start, if we're still getting, basically everything like it was on the Taiwan version. And what I've done with this video is kind of compiled what I think to be the optimal start. Things that I'm going to kind of showcase is some really useful items on the in the NC store, the Hung Moon store, the first shield, soul shield or bow pay that you want to get, how you're going to get your first weapon, as well as the necessary steps to go about upgrading it as you go about leveling. But yeah, I compiled this to help you guys out, so if you have any questions, post them in the comments below. But let's jump right on in. Alright, let's hop right on into the optimal start regarding Blade and Soul. There are a couple of things that I want to address basically in the first place, as far as upgrading, or not upgrading, but obtaining your weapon and basically starting out with Blade and Soul. You should be familiar with this location. It's called Bamboo Village. It's the first place that you'll see basically logging into the game. You do some basic quests, and then you get here, right? At this point, you'll do some quests, you'll go about obtaining your first rare weapon, your non-training weapon. This is going to be your Hung Moon weapon, alright? This weapon will actually carry you through the entire game up to max level, actually through max level content. The reason why is because Blade and Soul uses a system which is called basically the evolving weapon or breakthrough of a weapon. You'll actually talk to a gentleman here who will give you your weapon. So if you see this building coming up, that's when you're going to be getting this Hung Moon weapon that you'll be utilizing throughout the entire game. I'll go into breaking through and upgrading and things like that in a little bit. So first I want to talk about a little bit about the cash shop and how this affects your optimal start. Okay, if y'all don't know, Blade and Soul, as we all should know, is a free-to-play game, right? With that, they're going to have a cash shop. Cash shops usually have things like cosmetics, different costumes. I got my character's costume in here, which I think looks fantastic, by the way. But anyway, back into the optimal start. Here's your cash shop, F10, the Hung Moon store. If we look here, you have different consumables. No, these are not super pay-to-win consumables or anything like that. They honestly really hardly do much at all. Materials, I think this may be for alpha. Once again, guys, this is the technical alpha, so this is for it's very subject to change, but if they maintain these, this is definitely going to be the optimal start. The thing that I want to address is under supply. If we look here under supply, these are all things that you can for the most part ignore right now, but right here, the Hung Moon Square Diamond and the Hung Moon Square Amethyst. If we click details here, this will show you what the actual item is. Attack Power 14. If you play any other MMOs, that sounds like nothing. It sounds attack 14, attack power. God, that's nothing. I played World of Warcraft where I had 32,000 attack power. Right? Okay, anyway. Attack Power 14 is actually a massive, massive increase. At level 30 currently, that is still 10% of my total attack power, okay? At level 6, at level 5 that you're going to be obtaining this weapon, that's going to be 30, 40, 50% damage increase from basically what you're used to having. Then, on top of that, under here, the Hung Moon Square Amethyst, 80 life drain on a critical hit. You crit a lot in this game, guys. And there's no internal cooldown on this. It will heal you for 80 every single time. At level 10, you might only have 1500 XP. You're getting a 15th of your life, or a 20th of your life every single time that you're critting. So this is your sustain. This will keep you sustained. You might look at this and go, oh, okay, it's in the cash shop. It's in the cash shop. But if you, first of all, bought the Founders Pack, or the Disciples pack or the Masters pack, you're going to have in coin to use to begin with. Dropping $10 would actually be more than enough, in my opinion, to actually get everything to smoothen your leveling process to its maximum capability. 40 in coin right here on each of these is less than $1, basically. I think $1 alone would be able to get both of these items, and you'd have quite a bit left over. We want to ignore the triangular ones because you don't have to have a level, at least for these squares and whatnot, to actually equip them into your weapon. So whenever you obtain your weapon, you'll look and be like, okay, so I got those, I got the gems and whatnot. All you do is there are slots right up here. You just see the item in your inventory, right-click it, boom. It'll get socketed in. There's no level requirement once again, and you're good to go. Next up, as far as an optimal start, once again, is unlocking your inventory. I've actually been seeing a ton of people asking, how do I unlock my inventory as I open up everything? As you can see, I have a completely and totally trashed inventory because I'm really good at organizing. They do have an auto sort option. But the way unlocking your inventory works in this game is you obtain things called dragon trade pouches. You get these from leveling up, doing surveys. They do give you a couple of them, but for the most part, it is a cash shop item. This is one reason why I put a lot of emphasis on getting the Masters pack if you have the opportunity to do so still, because you will get more value out of it. But under the supply, once again, dragon trade pouches, 40 in coin, so same price as getting one of those gems, gets you one dragon trade pouch. Opening up these inventories, right? This inventory right here. The first row, which they actually take you through the tutorial, you just right-click and it will unlock that inventory row. I think it's this row right here, the fourth row, possibly even the third row, and that only costs you 1 copper. Next up, the next row is 1 silver. So, okay, you're like, okay, it's money cost, but here's where the dragon trade pouches start coming in. The row after that is 3 dragon trade pouches. The one after that is 8 dragon trade pouches. Then, for some reason, they actually go down, and it's only 5 dragon trade pouches. So at this point, you've actually spent, what is that, 11, 16... Yeah, about 16 dragon trade pouches, which is not bad at all, to unlock you up to this point right here. Okay, this one is 24 dragon trade pouches, and this one is 35. That's a little excessive in my opinion. I hope that they do decrease it. But that's how you actually go about obtaining more inventory space, okay? As you can see, my inventory is always just royally fucked. So, whenever it comes to MMOs, if I can expand my inventory, I do it as quick as possible. During the time that you are leveling, you're probably going to obtain about 15, I would say, dragon trade pouches, 12 to 15 total dragon trade pouches. So you don't necessarily need to swipe for these. And also, if you look into... You actually use dragon trade pouches to increase your bank inventory as well to some degree. Let me run right on over there. So the biggest things, once again, for your optimal start is expanding your inventory, getting those diamonds, and obtaining that weapon. As you can see, 15 dragon trade pouches here. You know, only 1 to unlock this one, but it's more of a special inventory. You can only put like special items in the secondary one. All right, now we're at this point. We're at level about 6 or so, maybe a little bit higher, and you're getting a feel of the combat. You got your Hongmoon weapon, you got your diamond and amethyst, which should be allowing you to just wreck anything you fight, and you finally make it up to Foshi's Pyre. As you can see, Bamboo Village is right down here, so you're not far away at all. This is pretty quick just to get to this point. So what I want to address here is your starting Bopay. Okay, your starting Bopay is called the 1000 Kyoshi Bopay that you want to obtain. And then I also want to address how we're going to go about actually upgrading your gear. So, whenever you first reach this area, you will see a large red little circle, or red like angry face right over here, which we're going to see in a second. Here we are. As you can see, this is your field boss. The field boss you want to group up. As you can see, there are multiple players already killing it, which I'm going to help them out real quick. I'm high level, so he'll die pretty quick. Boom, there we go. You defeated Stalker Jiangxi. At this point, you look here, his loot box will drop these red little tokens, alright? Once you've obtained these tokens, run up to the pyres once again. You'll probably see people just sitting all around here. You know, tons of people. Oh, let me roll the thing. Let me roll the thing. And what you're going to be looking for is both the Stalker Soul Shield pack. You want the 3 stacks, the 5 stacks, the 8 stacks of this Bopay set, because you want to complete the entire set. This is the Bopay that you're going to want to start with. And it's one of the most optimal things that you can get to start. I'm getting a little bit unlucky and getting just the Stalker Soul Packs every single time. There's 2 of them. There's one over there as well as one over here. This person doesn't seem to be using his. And then here's one of the big things. Here's where I'm going to address to you. Upgrading. Okay, I actually got really lucky right there. So once you've obtained your weapon, your Hung Moon weapon. I'm going to showcase this real quick. Okay. If you look at your weapon and you shift left click it in your inventory, you're going to see this leveling up process that you're going to be able to do. Alright? At that point, whenever you are... Let me see. At that point, whenever you've obtained your weapon, you can essentially use fodder equipment, such as other weapons that you've picked up, to enchant, or gems that you've obtained in the meantime, to enchant and get your item to the max level. This max level, basically, as you can see, okay, it's increasing +2 crit each level, a little bit more attack power each level, which is nice. You're upgrading your weapon, and this is why I was saying that it will carry you through the entire game by doing so. However, once you hit a max level of basically 5, as you can see, mine is stuck at stage 5 right now, and I want to get it to stage 6. To do so, I would need to break through the equipment, or evolve the equipment. Breakthrough is where it gets stuck from stage 5 and you're trying to push on to stage 6 to 10, while evolution is going from stage 10 to a new stage 1 item. So, once you've obtained your Bopay set, which is very, very good, you basically just open these up, you know, get all 8 corresponding Bopay Soul Shield pieces. Sorry, I still haven't adjusted to it. I'm used to playing Taiwan. At this point, you know, make sure to equip all those, and then you're going to be upgrading your weapon with all these random items that you've been picking up, all these random weapons you've been picking up. Okay. You're going to get to this 100% mark where I can't evolve it any farther. And so what it's going to ask you to do is utilize, once again, the 1000 Kyoshi box. What we've been obtaining from these little red symbols. This locked Stalker weapon. It'll tell you, I need the Stalker weapon, kind of like my weapon currently needs the Cinderland's Beotit Gauntlet. Right? From that point, there will also be an additional item included that you're going to need. Usually it's something along the lines of a Viridian Poison or a Transformation Stone. These are obtained through dailies, as well as crafters can make a lot of these as well. Alright, and so that's how you go about evolving your weapon. You want to constantly be striving to max level it to the point where your next upgrade is outside of your level. My next upgrade is level 33. I'm only level 30. What this does is it makes it to where you're going to have the strongest possible weapon for your level at the time. Alright guys, hopefully I addressed how to go about doing the perfect start. Obtain your 1000 souls soul shield from killing that little field boss, wait for him to respawn, keep killing him, get enough of these little tokens, get the full bow pay set. You're also going to want to get your locked stalker weapon, use keys to open them, in my opinion, because using a Brilliant Viridian key, which will automatically open your specific class one, I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend just getting normal keys and opening until you get it. Or trade. You can actually trade the weapons as well with people of your level. And then make sure, and from the very start, guys, this is where I would say, get a Hung Moon Square Diamond and a Hung Moon Square Amethyst, because this will immensely expedite your leveling process and make it really, really easy. Alright guys, thanks for watching my video. Once again, this information is from Technical Alpha, so it is subject to change. But if you found this video useful, make sure to click the like button, as well as follow me on Twitter at Kilrian, because anytime I start to stream or upload a YouTube video, it'll be basically posted on there. If you have any more questions, anything you're wondering about from the Technical Alpha, feel free to post in the comments down below. I'll do my best. I do read pretty much every comment. And yeah, catch y'all next time, guys.